So here we are. We've made a video. But how did we get here? And where are we going next? This is exactly what we're going to discuss today. This is a story of the Castle Sixth Form video. Its rise, its fall, its critical acclaim, backlash and removal, and how it went from 800 views to 0 in only 2 days. See, it all started when the school released their own video onto the school website. It was made to promote the school to everyone in a good light. But we found it dreadfully dishonest. It was far too positive. And we wanted someone to show our real experience of the sixth form. So after we had laughed about it, we decided to get to work. We decided to do something about it and make our own video. So it all started on the 12th of November 2021 when I saw the original video and I was flabbergasted. It was just a lie. It was literally 1984. I was enormously offended and I knew what had to be done. So I got to work and put together a crack team of individuals.
Sussy support from the castle. I'm going to go and talk to it now. The word I use describes the castle. It's perpendicular.
So anyway, after I had gathered a team to create this whole thing, we made the plans. We recorded an introduction and recorded interviews. However, I must say, some were more questionable than others.
What's the question, bitch?
I'm not doing this. Fuck off!
We filmed people and got content for around a month. Keep in mind we still had lessons and revision to do. Every day I'd upload the footage to my Google Drive and then edit it a bit together on my dodgy, cracked version of Vegas Pro. Yes, it may crash every 15 minutes, but apparently it's a feature and not a bug. Slowly but surely the video was coming along, and this kept going until we got to December the 17th. We had a few days left until the Christmas holidays. You see, I wanted to get all the content before Christmas so I could finalise everything over the holidays. We spent most of the day getting as many clips as we could to make this as highly produced as possible. Some were a bit rubbish, but it was fine because we could just cut them out. Until finally we had it. It was done. The video had been created. We wanted to show everyone our creation in a proper way. We didn't want to just send links around. I mean, that's boring, isn't it? So we decided to premiere the video in G20, the school's favourite classroom. G20 has everything you need for a school classroom. It has desks and chairs. We decided to premiere on the first week back of school. However, the sixth form building had boiler repairs. The main sixth form building was off limits. Now, G20 isn't in the main building, but it meant that 80% of students were down at lower school instead of up at sixth form, so it wasn't worth premiering it to such a small amount of people. But we decided to change the date. Monday the 17th of January it was. A teaser was posted on Instagram, along with another teaser posted on Instagram, and it was received very well. Everyone knew about the premiere, the hype had been created, everyone was ready. Today was the day. At break time, the video was set to be premiered. I went around the school to gather everyone up, and after I'd been around, the school had been completely cleared out. Everyone piled into G20, eager to watch the premiere. And it was a success! Everyone loved it. It was what the school needed. Everyone thought it was great. I loved it. We all loved it. So much that Tim posted the video on YouTube. Publicly. The views flew up. It was gaining views at such a constant rate. Except at night, because people are asleep. There was this one maniac that watched it at 3 AM. We had almost equal male and female audiences. Over 40% of you guys shared the video over WhatsApp. We even ratioed the original video in likes and views. And according to other students, it spread like wildfire through lower school. Students had seen it, teachers had seen it, everyone had seen it. But it wasn't all good. Oh no, it wasn't.
Well, it was just a normal day, you know. Sat in maths when suddenly Miss Cheese dragged me into her office. She accused me of bringing the school into disrepute, and she was very adamant she was not a robot. Personally, I wasn't aware we'd accuse her of that, but hey, Miss Cheese works in mysterious ways. Anyway, I got the hell out of there and she grabbed Dan after me.
After Dan Volborth was taken, I was sure I wouldn't be taken too. Dan was only taken because he was a prominent part in the video, but I hardly appeared. Right? After about 60 seconds, Miss Cheese asked me to come outside and talk to her. She asked me a couple of questions, but the main one was, who was behind the whole thing? Who published the video? Immediately I blamed Tom Keeg, because she was going to find out anyway, and all I could do then was assume that she went to hunt him down. Good luck, Tommy.
Miss Cheese wants the video privated. She took me and Dan out of lesson. Holy shit. It had happened. They had seen it. Privated now. Not up. Not unlisted. Private. This all happened just before our maths lesson. We'd made it to lessons, but I knew I wouldn't be in that room for much longer. I knew they were coming for me. I just didn't know when.
So there we were, in maths, waiting for the inevitable, the face of Mr. Turner appearing at the window, the knock at the door, and the conversation of how disappointed they were with us. Only one thing could console us. We weren't sure how much they knew. Little did we know that Horn, the bastard, had cracked minutes earlier under pressure from the cheese, and they knew everything. Or so they thought. With each passing moment, the tension in the room rose, each of us staring out the window with bated breath, and Tom shaking beside me. Each second seemed to stretch into eternity, and then it came. The first thing we heard were his footsteps, walking closer to the door. Then came the knock. I could hear Tom muttering in his breath, and as Liam whispered, the door opened, and there, standing, was Mr. Turner. With one long, extended finger, he beckoned Tom out of the room, without even acknowledging the teacher's presence, and Tom stood up and slowly made his way out after him, none of us sure if we would see him again.
We walked all the way to his office, and I sat down. I won't go into detail, but it's pretty safe to assume that after this moment, he disliked me forever. I went back to class about 10 minutes later, and got on with my day. Everyone was still confused as to why the video was no longer on YouTube. It's a good thing parents' evening wasn't the next day though. Oh,
After Tom had been taken out of maths, I knew I was next. I really didn't want to be taken to that dreaded oval table in her office, but it had to happen at some point. After Tom came back to our maths class, I had to go through that lesson and a physics lesson while shitting myself that Miss Cheese or Mr. Turner would burst in with that beckoning finger we all know. You know, I was thinking to myself, well, what are the ramifications, you know? What could happen? I can't go to jail. I'll get raped the flip out of. But anyway, I got to the oval table. Miss Cheese told me I seem to be a very prominent feature in the video, to which I agreed to. So I had to apologise to Mr. Turner but Miss Cheese forgot to ask me to apologise to her, which I thought was kind of a win.
It was over. The video was no longer on the internet. It was deleted. No one downloaded it. No one had saved it. No one could ever see it again.
I was the voice of Miss Cheese, and it was mentally challenging. I began to lose myself. The line between me and her blurred. The worst moment was when I was called into Miss Cheese's office. It was like looking into a mirror. I was sat there with my mask off because there was sufficient airflow into the office, prepared for the worst. But then she asked me if I was okay. Well, after she tried to convince me she wasn't a robot. I thought I was going to get expelled. I thought I was going to get detention. I thought, that's it, my A-levels are over. But then she just asked if I needed any support. And then I said no, obviously, because it was just a joke, because that's what I do. And they obviously took my comments seriously because a few weeks later they provided bigger cones.
It took a lot of method acting to try and even embody Mr. Turner, and even after the takes, I started acting a lot more like Mr. Turner. Like, I was wearing bow ties every day, and I was wearing glasses all the time. I did find myself getting a lot of chemistry between me and Mrs.
We were told to take the video offline because it was posted publicly on YouTube and would give the school a bad image, even though there was no ill intent behind any of it, and apparently it was copyrighted somehow. But there it lies, taken from YouTube, a video that was on 800 views, never to see the light of day again. Some people say you can still find it out there, hidden away in the darkest depths of the internet, but only those dedicated enough will end up stumbling across it. That was it. No more was spoken of the video. It was as if it never happened, until focus was put on for a Leavers video instead. But that's another story, for another day.